You just left your grandma in the car?
Yeah, because I needed to get up here. She was my only way to get here.
Is she in a
Does she have a license to drive? Do you even have a license to drive?
capital GED that you wanted her program to get into? She's in the process of enrolling, which is probably not what court wanted to hear. But
Where is she? Come up, ma'am.
transportation and some living situation issues right now.
Let's find out. What are you doing with your life, ma'am?
What am I doing with my life? Right now, I'm currently barely getting stable at the house. I just recently moved house with my grandparents, but we switched locations from over there, Galleria, to over here, Aldine, Westville.
Still living with your grandparents.
Yes, I'm the only one that lives with them. I'm the one that tries to help them out.
How old are they?
They are 65 and up.
I don't need help.
Are they ill?
My grandma is.
Okay. What do you do? Are you working? You going to school?
I'm not working no more right now. I just recently left my job 2 weeks ago.
Why? I told you to get a job, not lose a job.
I already had a job when I had first seen you, but I left it because 40 minute drive. It's a 40-minute drive away. I don't have transportation right now.
So what have you been doing between now and then, since the last 2 weeks?
Well, I've been looking for a different job nearby, and I got an interview coming up on the 8th for Academy
Sending you for a drug and alcohol test now. What are you going to test positive for?
for THC.
Not going to go well for you, Ms. Castillo.
I should be there from the first time that we got arrested.
So you haven't smoked since the last time you've been arrested? Because I think she's saying it may be something still in her system from when she was here. I don't see the date.
I mean, from August?
That's what, 60 days?
Really? Really?
Yes, sir.
Sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now, Ms. Capetillo. What I seem to think is happening is that you're not doing anything but smoking weed and doing nothing.
That's not
And
right.
that's not gonna happen. Really? We'll see. I'm sending you for a drug test now. You must come right back and we'll see what happens. Hey, are you coming to hang out or what? Me too.
I'm done for the day. I'm about to go.
Have fun.
Ms.
Come up,
Capetillo,
ma'am. What happened? For what?
THC, no alcohol, because we don't know the levels, but
How old is she? How old are you?
I'm 19.
That's it. You stay with me. I'm revoking your bond, man.
Make an exception to tell somebody to bring my grandma, because she doesn't know how to drive, and I drove her up here.
where's your grandmother at?
She's up in Louis Deli. It's like a restaurant from here. I just left her parked there. She doesn't know how to drive. I don't, sir.
So your grandmother drove
It's
you
like
or
one
you drove
thing
her?
after
I
the
drove
other.
my grandma here.
Why'd you
I
bring
don't
her
have
here?
any transportation, sir. I had to
You
get.
can't drive if you ain't got a license and insurance.
I was trying to provoke this. I was not trying to get arrested, sir.
Everything we asked you to do, you did the exact opposite.
Sir, I was working on it.
What we're watching is a complete breakdown of decision-making in real time. A 19-year-old girl walks into court with a problem. She left her grandmother parked in a car at a restaurant because she needed to get to the courtroom. And instead of understanding the severity of what she just admitted, she's explaining it like it's a reasonable solution to a transportation problem. The judge's reaction is ice cold, not angry, confused, because the logical disconnect is too wide to ignore. You don't leave an elderly person unattended in a vehicle. You just don't. There's no context where that's acceptable. But here's the girl explaining it matter-of-factly as if the judge is going to nod and understand. What's worse is the pattern emerging. She had a job, she quit it. Why? 40-minute drive, transportation issues. So instead of solving the transportation problem, she quit. Then what? She's been looking for a new job nearby for 2 weeks. Got an interview coming up. Sounds proactive, right? But the judge isn't buying it. Because actions speak louder than words, and her actions say, I make decisions without thinking about consequences. The drug test is already ordered, THC in her system. The judge's question is pointed. What are you going to test positive for? She says THC might still be in her system from before. The judge isn't impressed, because whether it's current use or residual, it means she's not taking this seriously. She's making excuses instead of making changes. This is a young person who's supposed to be under court supervision, and she's actively violating conditions while standing in front of the judge. She left her elderly grandmother in a car to make a court appearance. She quit her job without a plan. She's testing positive for controlled substances. And her explanation for everything is circumstance, not accountability.
I just need you to help me with this. I'm just asking you for like one more week and I'll get it together. I haven't been smoking. That's been there for a minute. I haven't smoked because I know I have court.
Yeah, I believe it.
The tests are gonna eventually show something else, and you're not gonna believe me.
I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Slider, but I mean, it's like, it's literally, it's one thing after the other with
Hear me
me.
out, sir. Judge, can I speak to you?
You know what? I don't want to talk about the case, and you're really in enough hot water as it is. Because the problem is your grandmother probably doesn't have that many resources as is. So who do you have now that's going to pony up $10,000 to get you out? You stuck like Chuck now for the next couple months in custody. All I asked you to do was be clean and do something productive.
I can
She goes with you. Oh, hey, Mr. Slider, what was her last name?
Capatillo,
Capatillo, that's right.
Page 6.
page 6.
Not only that, she bond forfeited how many times? I don't know what to do. I really don't.
Try to figure out what our grandmother has to do with. She has.
Because the problem is that like, I can't let her drive home. She don't even get a license and insurance. So even if I let her out, I can't let her drive. Will you do me a favor? Will you ask her if grandmother has the ability to drive?
Drivers, or is there
Right.
someone else that can come here and drive her? I'll find out.
Please.
Thank you, Judge.
You'll get that, Judge. You don't even smoke cigarettes.
Oh, hell no.
You'll get there.
Oh, I hope so. You know,
No doubt about it.
at
Anything
one-
don't smoke cigarettes to get there. Well, I think that's right. My someone didn't smoke neither, but he said, good case you know.
I know people who smoke packs of unfiltered cigarettes. They live to 90.
Yeah.
That's not much. You know, I wanted to let you know that I'm bringing you out here because I feel really bad. But you've done nothing to help yourself. But smoke weed, you're driving without a license, and you continue to violate conditions of this court. You didn't show up like a week or two ago, you know? So it's one thing after the other. We are trying to do everything in our power to get through to you, to try to better yourself and to get to, we truly want the best for you.
The test came back, THC positive. Not surprising, but confirmation is different from suspicion. The judge now has evidence, not just instinct, and his response is measured but firm. What I seem to think is happening is that you're not doing anything but smoking weed and doing nothing. That sentence is loaded. He's not saying she smoked weed once. He's saying her entire existence right now is defined by weed and inactivity. No job, no school, no purpose, just smoking. And that assessment might be harsh, but it's also probably accurate based on the behavior pattern he's seeing. Then the judge does something crucial. He explains the difference between enabling and helping. If I let you out now, that's enabling you, telling you it's okay for you to continue to conduct and act like you're doing. Miss Capato, it is not me. If I let you out now, it's enabling you, and I refuse to do that. This is the moment where mercy looks like punishment. The judge is saying, I could let you go, but if I do, I'm telling you your behavior is acceptable. And I won't do that because I actually care about your future. Real help sometimes looks like denial. It looks like holding someone accountable instead of letting them slide. The grandmother situation makes it worse. She's so disorganized, so focused on her immediate problem, that she doesn't even consider the safety of her elderly relative. That's not just irresponsibility. That's a sign of something deeper, an inability to think beyond the moment, to consider consequences, to prioritize anything beyond her immediate needs. The judge is essentially saying, "You're your own worst enemy right now, and the only way I can help you is by refusing to enable the behavior that's destroying you." It's tough love, and it might be the only thing that actually reaches her.
But at this point in time, you're your own worst enemy. You're doing nothing for us to also help you out. If I let you go now, that's enabling you, telling you it's okay for you to continue to conduct and act like you're doing. Ms. Capetillo, it is not. Me, if I let you out now, it's enabling you, and I refuse to do that. I want you to understand that we mean business. And this is what happens when you don't follow conditions. We mean business. No catch and release here. Good. We'll see you in a couple days, and I really truly hope that you now will appreciate this. Okay, I'm not letting you out.
Oh, no, you're
What
not.
I want you to understand is that if I let you out, you will get the understanding that it's okay for you to continue to do what you're doing, and it's not. One more thing. I'm not going to let you plead guilty just to get out. You pleading guilty to a theft case will be the absolute worst thing you can do because you will become unemployable. No one will hire you. You will be unable to get an apartment, a loan for anything, to get a car, a house, apartment. You want funding for financial aid for schooling for this, not with a theft conviction.
Understand that.
But I want you to understand that we mean business. And I hope that this is the length that we have to go to. All right? Okay, thank you. Whoa, hold on. I need to decide this. One more thing. The most important thing in this life, do not drive without a license and liability insurance. You will be signing an affidavit with me right now. This is a promise you're making to me not to drive. And if you do, I can have a contempt hearing and you can be facing up to 180 days in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. If you get into a car and you get into an accident and you don't have insurance, you've completely messed with everyone. And I know you don't have money. But if you get into an accident with someone who's got like a BMW Jaguar, or even whatever it may be, they're out a ton of money and it's not fair. All I'm trying to do is what's fair.
Now the judge pivots to something critical. There's talk of pleading guilty to a theft case just to get out, and the judge stops this immediately. "I'm not going to let you plead guilty just to get out. You pleading guilty to a theft case will be the absolute worst thing you can do because you will become unemployable. No one will hire you." He's laying out the permanent damage. A theft conviction isn't just about jail time. It's about your entire future. Housing applications will reject you. Job applications will reject you. Loans will be denied. You won't get financial aid for school. Your life becomes measurably harder in ways that compound over decades. The judge is trying to make her understand. Don't trade your future for immediate relief. But here's the thing. She probably doesn't understand that yet. At 19, your future feels abstract. Immediate problems feel real. The judge is asking her to think in a time frame she's not developmentally equipped to think in. Then he brings her back to the present with an affidavit about driving. The most important thing in this life, do not drive without a license and liability insurance. She's signing a promise, and if she breaks it, she's facing up to 180 days in jail and a $500 fine every time. He's not being dramatic. He's being specific. If you get into an accident and you don't have insurance, you've completely messed with everyone. And I know you don't have money. But if you get into an accident with someone who's got a BMW Jaguar, they're out a ton of money and it's not fair. All I'm trying to do is what's fair. The judge is teaching her something she desperately needs to learn. Your choices don't just affect you. They ripple outward. When you drive without insurance and hit someone, you don't just get in trouble. You damage another person's life. That's the weight of adult decisions.
All right, come on up here. We'll have you swear to this and then we'll let you go. Good morning, Mr. Alexander. So you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
2024, officers were dispatched to 11910 Chetman Drive in Harris County, Texas. The complainant, the mother of the defendant, told the officers that her 11-year-old son, the second complainant, was riding his bike down the street when he passed the defendant. Complainant 2 and the defendant know each other. When they passed, the defendant began insulting the son, and the defendant pulled what appeared to be a tan handgun from his waistband and pointed it at the second complainant while making remarks about shooting him. After the second complainant told his family about what happened, they went to look for the defendant and confronted him. The defendant reached into his waistband again, but the complainant's family was able to wrestle the gun away, which turned out to be a BB gun. The officers noted that the BB gun appeared to be very similar to a real gun in appearance.
Mr. Alexander, are you here with anyone today? Who are you here with? Go grab her, please. Go grab your mom.
Are your mom? Yeah. Come on up.
Come on up, Mom.
Good morning.
Hi, thank you so much for coming.
No problem.
Did you hear everything that happened?
Some of it, I couldn't hear all of it.
Let's hear it again. Okay, do you mind, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thanks.
On September 23rd, officers were dispatched to 11910 Chetman Drive in Harris County, Texas. The complainant, the mother of the 13-year-old boy, told the officers that her son was riding down the street riding his bike when the son passed the defendant. The complainant and the defendant know each other, and when they passed, the defendant began insulting the son, and the defendant pulled what appeared to be a tan handgun from his waistband and pointed it at the complainant while making remarks about shooting him. After the complainant told his family about what happened, they went to look for the defendant and confronted him. The defendant reached into the waistband again, but the complainant's family was able to wrestle away the gun, which turned out to be a BB gun. The officers noted the BB gun appeared to be very similar to a real gun in appearance.
Lucky he's not charged with aggravated assault. You know, they could charge you with a very serious offense where you're looking at serious time in prison. You're lucky they didn't, Mr. Alexander. How old are you, sir? You're 18. What do you do with yourself these days? Spit the gum out, man.
You chewing gum?
Your attitude toward me right now, Mr. Alexander, it really, really sucks. You have an air of arrogance on you.
We switch cases. Now we're looking at an 18-year-old boy named AJ Alexander. The charge, terroristic threat. He's facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. And immediately, you can see the difference in this defendant compared to the last one. His mother is here. She's engaged. She's going to fight for him. Already the dynamics are different. But the judge's first impression of AJ isn't positive. He's chewing gum. His attitude really, really sucks, according to the judge. There's an air of arrogance about him. The judge is reading his demeanor and finding it disrespectful, and AJ's mother immediately jumps in to defend him. He's anxious. He's never been in a courtroom before. His demeanor isn't disrespect, it's anxiety. This is important. The judge is looking at a young man who appears arrogant, but his mother is saying he's scared and confused. Who's right? Probably both. Anxiety in teenagers often looks like attitude. It manifests as distance, as looking away, as appearing indifferent when you're actually terrified. The judge listens to the mother's explanation, and then he does something significant. He pauses. He considers. He says, "I agree with you, Mr. Alexander." He's not dismissing her concerns. He's actually hearing her. What happened? A 13-year-old was riding his bike down the street. AJ pulled what appeared to be a handgun from his waistband and pointed it at the kid while making remarks about shooting him. The kid told his family. They confronted AJ. AJ reached for his waistband again. The family wrestled the gun away. It turned out to be a BB gun, but it looked real. Here's the critical part. AJ is 18. That makes him an adult in the eyes of the law. The 13-year-old he threatened is a child. And even if the gun was fake, the threat was real. The fear was real. The impact on that child is real.
Either that or, has he been with you all morning?
I'm sorry?
Has he been with you all morning?
Yes, yes.
If I drug test you right now, what's going to show up, Mr. Alexander? What's going to show up? I'm sending him for a drug and alcohol test right now. I'd like to know what, if anything, is in his system. We have to. I don't even know what to say, but all I know.
I mean, you brought me up here, so do I have permission to speak?
Absolutely.
Okay, so respectfully, I would submit that these are the alleged charges. There is extenuating circumstances, and the report from the complainant is actually not accurate. That family has actually made verbal and written threats to my son, and we have proof of that. So while I understand that these sound quite egregious, it is not the whole story.
I understand. And I know that there's always two sides to a story. I get it. And you will have the opportunity. But within the first 5 minutes that I've met him, his behavior towards me, his demeanor, the way he looks, just.
That's anxiety. He's standing in a courtroom. He's standing in the courtroom for the first time. And he doesn't have his attorney. He doesn't have an attorney yet. And this is a process that's foreign to him. So what I would, implore from you is don't take his demeanor as disrespect. He is anxious. He's been anxious all morning. He has been with me all morning, and he doesn't really know what to say. So I understand that you're getting a first impression from him, but he is still a very young adult, and this is his first experience in a courtroom.
Right. I agree with you. Mr. Alexander, what you need to understand is that you're 18. You've got this bag of money on your neck, and this life is but a very, very short. Look at me. Look at me. This life is a very short one, and it can be a very happy life, or it can be a rotten, miserable existence of a life. What you do now will dictate the next 40 to 50 years of your life. You work hard now at 18 to 20 to 30 to maybe 40, so that you're not working like a dog when you're 70 to 80, and you can actually have a life and retire. This, by picking up criminal cases at 18.
The judge starts asking AJ real questions. What do you do with yourself? AJ's answer is minimal. The judge notices. He tells him to spit out his gum. He's setting boundaries immediately. Disrespect isn't going to fly in this courtroom, whether it's intentional or just teenage anxiety. Did you even make it in high school? AJ says 11th grade. The judge's reaction is stark. You need an education, Mr. Alexander. If you're going to do anything in this life, you need an education. Then the drug test question. If he's smoking weed, it stops today. AJ tests positive for marijuana. The judge is building a picture. 18 years old, dropped out of school, smoking weed, pulling fake guns on 13-year-olds, and displaying an attitude problem in court. But here's where the judge shows his hand. He's not writing AJ off. He's setting conditions. I want him to get back in school. He either needs to be in school full-time or get a full-time job so that he's not running in the streets. The judge is identifying the core problem, idle hands. When you're not occupied with productive activity, you create problems. Your brain craves stimulation. If you don't give it education or work, it finds destruction. And the weapons condition. I am also making it a condition of your bond that you're not allowed to have any kind of weapons whatsoever for any reason. Not just guns, any weapons. The judge is removing the tool before it can be used again. But then the mother reveals something crucial. AJ has a rare, incurable medical condition. He's had 2 surgeries. He's on medications. He's dealing with physical pain on top of mental health struggles. The judge listens. And instead of hardening, he softens slightly. I will help you as much as I can. I really do. The judge is seeing the full picture now, not just the crime, the context.
You're moving backwards. How far did you even make it in high school?
He's uncomfortable talking to me, asking me to answer.
I want you to answer. I want to get to know you, Mr. Alexander. I want to know sorry?
Said 11th grade, Your
We said
Honor.
11th grade.
You need an education, Mr. Alexander. If you're going to do anything in this life, you need an education.
I got my education.
I want to do everything I can to help you out. Okay? I really do. If he's smoking weed, it stops today. Okay? I'm going to drug test him right now because I want to know what, if anything, is in his system. If he tests positive, then I'm going to test him again in 40 days, give or take. The marijuana stops now. And I want him to get back in school. He either needs to be in school full-time or get a full-time job so that he's not running in the streets. Mr. Alexander, I am also making it a condition of your bond that you're not allowed to have any kind of weapons whatsoever for any reason. I can give you a lawyer to try to help you out as much as I can, and I will waive all your fees so you won't be responsible for any cost for anything.
Thank you.
All I want is him to be as productive and as good of a person as he can be. And starting out with criminal cases at 18 and to where he can't even talk to me, we need to change that.
I just make a comment about the bond conditions.
Sure, of course.
I've done I called the complainant's mother in this case a few days ago and kind of spoke to her about what happened. And I learned that there is a history between this family and the defendant. Back in the summer, this defendant stole a gun out of the complainant's house. He asked to enter the house under the guise that his mother had kicked him out. Went into one of the complainant's uncle's bedrooms and stole a gun. He FaceTimed the complainant's uncle a few days later, flashing the gun, telling them that he was going to come hit up the house while flashing the gun at him. They used to walk to the same bus stop. They used to come out of the same bus stop, the complainant and this defendant. The complainant is terrified of the defendant. We've asked for no contact. We've also asked for GPS monitoring because of that. They don't attend the same school, but they were stopping at the same bus stop. Now the complainant asks that his uncle.
The defense attorney drops a bomb. There's a history between AJ and the complainant's family. Back in July, AJ allegedly stole a gun out of the complainant's uncle's bedroom. How? He asked to come inside, claimed his mother kicked him out, went into the bedroom and stole the gun. Then days later, he FaceTimed the uncle and flashed the gun at him, saying he was going to come hit up the house. This isn't a one-time incident. This is a pattern: theft, intimidation, escalation, and it gets worse. The complainant is 13 years old. He's so terrified of AJ that his uncle now walks him to the school bus every single day. A child is living in fear because of this 18-year-old. The 13-year-old's mother told the defense attorney that they filed a police report about the gun theft, but nothing happened. They didn't follow up. It was July. Nothing was resolved. So when AJ pulled the gun on the kid in September, he was already a known threat. There was already a history. There was already fear in place. AJ's mother pushes back. They were in Panama during July for AJ's 18th birthday. They weren't even home. She's saying AJ couldn't have stolen the gun because he wasn't there. She's fighting for her son, but the timeline matters. Even if AJ wasn't there for the initial theft, he was clearly involved in the follow-up threats. The FaceTime call happened. The gun flash happened. The intimidation happened. The judge issues a protective order. AJ cannot have contact with this 13-year-old. Cannot go within 200 feet of where he lives or works. Cannot possess weapons. Cannot engage in threatening or harassing behavior. And if he violates it, the judge will revoke his bond immediately. I will not give you any more PR bonds. So all I'm asking you to do is stay away. The judge is drawing a line. This isn't about AJ being a bad person. It's about protecting a child who is legitimately afraid. And the judge is making it clear. You're 18. You're supposed to be an adult. Act like one.
Walks into the school bus every day because he is so scared of the defendant. And as I think is mentioned in the PC statement, the complainant in this case is 13 years old.
Was there a police report filed for that incident?
There was. I have the incident number.
For that one you're referring to about the gun?
Yes, where the gun was stolen.
What happened? They didn't follow it up. They didn't call the police. They didn't, theft of a firearm is a very serious felony.
According to the complainant's mother, they filed a report. She provided me with an incident number.
How long ago was this?
This was she said July. It was in July. I can attempt to follow up with the responding agency. I'm not sure if it was the sheriff's office or not, but I mean, either way, there is like a history between these two families. And the complainant and his mother are both in fear of the defendant.
So, Mr. Alexander,
I would again submit that this family lives around the corner from us. We have never been approached. He lives at home with me. In July, we actually were in Panama for his 18th birthday. We weren't even home. There was never a time he was kicked out of my house.
were you out in Panama the entire month?
We were out in Panama from July 10th until the beginning of August, yes.
Well,
So,
that's not the entire month.
well, most of the month, excuse me. And in addition to that, no one has come to investigate anything at my house.
Okay, so, Mr. Alexander, I'm issuing a protective order over this child, this other kid. You're not allowed to have contact with this person or go within 200 feet of where they live or where they work. Do you understand, sir? You're not allowed to be in possession of weapons. You're not allowed to have any kind of threatening or harassing behavior with this child. If they call back and they say that you have harassed them, then I will revoke the bond and I'm going to put you in jail. And I'm going to tell you now, I will not give you any more PR bonds. So all I'm asking you to do is stay away. No one is finding you guilty now. We're just asking that you guys separate and don't have any contact. That's it. I am going to put an ankle monitor so I know that you're not going anywhere near their house. But like I said, I'll cover the cost of anything, so it won't cost you guys anything. You must charge this thing on a daily basis, Mr. Alexander. If you don't charge it, the battery goes dead, then we will file a motion to revoke. Not a motion to revoke, but I'll revoke the bond. So as it stands now, what we'll do is I will send you now for a drug test. We're going to have you come back. I want to know what, if anything, is in it. And then I will provide you between now and then a lawyer, and we'll go from there. Do you have any other questions?
That family is in possession of my bicycle, not his, it's mine. They actually stole that from him. I would like my bike back.
There's proper channels to do it. I don't know how, but as it stands now.
The judge sets up the structure, drug test, ankle monitor. He's going to know where AJ is at all times. The monitor costs money. The judge waives the fee. I'll cover the cost of anything so it won't cost you guys anything. But then he adds a condition. You must charge this thing on a daily basis, Mr. Alexander. If you don't charge it, the battery goes dead, then we will revoke the bond. This is important. The judge is removing excuses. You can't say the battery died. He's explicitly telling you that's not an excuse. The structure is set. The boundaries are clear. The consequences are explicit. Then the mother brings up the bicycle. The complainant's family has her son's bicycle. AJ wants it back. The judge's response is practical. There's proper channels to do it. I don't know how, but as it stands now, he can't go over there. Can't have any contact with them whatsoever. He's protecting AJ from himself, because AJ's impulsive nature is his problem. If he goes to get the bicycle, things escalate. If he tries to contact the family, things escalate. The judge is saying, let it go. The bicycle isn't worth violating the protective order. The judge understands that AJ doesn't understand that yet. Then the judge delivers a teaching moment. When you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. Your brain craves activity. It needs activity. And when you don't challenge yourself with either school or a job or anything, then bad things are just going to come and happen. You have to occupy your life. You have to do something. This is the core diagnosis. AJ isn't fundamentally bad. He's fundamentally idle. His brain is seeking stimulation, and without proper outlets, it finds destructive ones. The judge is trying to make him understand, find purpose, or your impulses will find it for you. The conditions are set: school or work, full-time, no exceptions. Occupy your mind or it will occupy you.
He can't go over there, can't have any contact with them
That's fine.
whatsoever, and I would venture to guess that if you go over there as well, it's probably gonna be even more bad blood, so
No, I don't have any.
perhaps you can find someone else, like another intermediary that can go over there and try to get a bike back. But at this point, just don't have any contact with them, and when you come back, then we'll have you speak to someone, okay? All right, I'm gonna have you sign go ahead.
One of them today.
Correct. Yes. Mr. Alexander, I want you to either get a job or get into school full-time. But when you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. Your brain craves activity. It needs activity. And when you don't challenge yourself with either school or a job or anything, then bad things are they're just gonna come and happen. You have to occupy your life. You have to do something. Where we're headed now, you're going the opposite way of how you should be doing things. This is not a good way to start at 18. All right, please. Can you file a protective order, please, on the child? Thanks. Okay, Mr.
I'm here, Mr. Alexander.
Come up, Mr. Alexander. Mom, come on up. Let me tell you something at the outset, Mr. Alexander. Everything that I want for you, I want the best for you, okay? At times, the conditions that I place on you, you may not like it, and that I'm okay with that. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do the best thing for you, and what I think and I hope it is the best thing to achieve our goal, which is to make you a person that's an upstanding young man that's headed toward greatness. So he tested positive for what? Just marijuana? Okay, no more. You will be tested 40 days from today. If you continue to smoke marijuana, I'm going to revoke your bond. I will put you in jail. Do you understand? Yes or no? Okay, I want you to understand that you are also not allowed to use anything that has THC in it.
AJ comes back. The drug test came back positive for marijuana. The judge's warning is direct. No more. You will be tested 40 days from today. If you continue to smoke marijuana, I'm going to revoke your bond. I will put you in jail. Do you understand? Then he expands it. You are also not allowed to use anything that has THC in it. No oils, gummies, vape pens. He's closing every loophole because he knows teenagers will try to find ways around the rules. Delta 8, hemp products, CBD marketed as non-THC. The judge is saying none of it, nothing. The judge turns to the mother. What else should we do? He's involving her. He's treating her as a partner in this process. The mother suggests therapy. The judge agrees immediately. I can make that a condition of his bond that if he doesn't go to the therapist, then he can stay with us as well. Therapy, school or work, no drugs, no weapons, no contact with the complainant. And then something crucial. I want you to be nice to your mom. The conditions that I place on you now has nothing to do with your mother. If your mother tells me that you're disrespecting her or not being nice or not following her rules, you will stay with me. Do you understand, sir? The judge is making it clear. Your mother is your anchor here. If you disrespect her, if you mistreat her, the consequences are immediate. She's protecting you, she's fighting for you, and you're going to treat her with respect. But AJ's sullen. His responses are minimal. His body language is closed off. The judge picks up on it immediately. Why do you always look so upset? He's calling out the attitude again. You know, when you smile and when you're nice to people, it goes a long way. It really, really does. When you go and meet with these people, they have your life in their hands. And if you go up there and you act aggressive or passive-aggressive, you're not going to get what you want. The judge is teaching him something real. Your demeanor matters. How you show up matters. People respond to attitude. If you walk in looking angry, people will respond with defensiveness. If you walk in respectful and engaged, people will help you.
No oils, gummies, vape pens. What else is there? I don't, CBD, nothing you're not allowed to use. Do you understand? Okay. Mom, what else should we do? School, work, what should we do? What do you think would be the best?
I encourage therapy all the time. I think the therapy.
Say it again?
Therapy, I think therapy is beneficial, not the therapist.
Okay, I can make that a condition of his bond, that if he doesn't go to the therapist, then he can stay with us as well. You have to do your therapy as well. Mr. Alexander, what happens if you don't do your therapy? I want you to understand this one more thing. I want you to be nice to your mom. The conditions that I place on you now has nothing to do with your mother. If your mother tells me that you're disrespecting her or not being nice or not following her rules, you will stay with me. Do you understand, sir?
That's not an issue at all. My stepfather, he is respectful to me.
I hope so. I really do.
Yeah.
Do you think that we need to put a curfew on him?
I don't think he needs a curfew. I think he's good.
Okay. I want to do whatever you think is right. So if you need anything else in the future, if you want anything else, all you have to do is let Mr. Elick know, and then we can help you out with whatever. What about school or work now?
The educational treatment center.
Okay.
He's on probation. He has a relationship with them.
Wait. Is he on probation now?
No, he's not on probation.
Okay.
He was in the GD program there.
Great.
He has a relationship with them.
Okay.
And so, the hardship is transportation. He was doing Z-Trip before for pickup and drop off. If we can make arrangements for him to participate in that program, he did exceptionally well there. They have familiarity with him and a relationship with him. You know, despite the charges, like I said, there's great extenuating circumstances, but he is quite intelligent. And he, you know, there's a lot more to this story and his story than is shown in, you know, the affidavit that is being presented to you. But AJ, I call him AJ Alvis, he has a lot going for him more than this statement shows. So if he has the right circumstances, I think that he'll do.
Mr. Alexander, why do you always look so upset? Sorry? You know, when you smile and when you're nice to people, it goes a long way.
The mother reveals more about AJ. He has a rare, incurable medical condition. He's had 2 surgeries. He's dealing with physical pain constantly. There's more to his story than the affidavit shows. The judge listens, and his tone shifts. He's not angry anymore. He's thinking. No, I will help you as much as I can. I really do. And anything you need, you know he works with the Managed Care Assistance Program, so they have resources. All you have to do is ask, and we can give you whatever we have. The judge is offering support, not because AJ deserves it, but because AJ's mother is showing up for him. Because there's a legitimate medical issue that complicates the picture. Because the judge understands now that AJ isn't a thug. He's a kid in pain dealing with things most 18-year-olds don't have to deal with. The mother mentions GRIP, a program AJ was in before. He did exceptionally well there. He has a relationship with the staff. They have familiarity with him. The transportation was an issue, pickup and drop-off was through the program. But if they can arrange transportation again, AJ would benefit. The judge agrees. He's pivoting from punishment to support. The structure is still in place. The boundaries are still firm. But now there's a path forward that acknowledges AJ's circumstances. AJ, if you don't want it, you'll end up nowhere, okay? The judge is being direct. He's offering help, but only AJ can accept it. Only AJ can do the work. Don't pick up any new cases and don't be talking to the 13-year-old. That's all I'm asking you to do. No contact. It's simple. It's achievable. It's clear. The judge is giving AJ a framework he can actually succeed within. Not a punishment structure designed to fail him, but a support structure designed to help him rebuild.
It really, really does. When you meet with these people, they have your life in their hands. And if you go up there and you act aggressive or passive aggressive, you're not going to get what you want. But if you go in there, if you're nice, you crack a joke and make them smile and make them laugh, you can have them eating out of your hands. I feel like I'm talking to him, just not getting anything.
No, I think he gives you, I think that they're, like I said, the component of anxiety and depression.
Is he taking any medication?
He's not. Other than for he has physical conditions that he takes medication for.
Has he been diagnosed to take anything? Or no?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Has he been diagnosed or
With
anything?
depression?
I guess anything.
Yes.
Okay.
He's also had 49 surgeries against him.
For what?
He has a rare incurable condition. There's a lot more to the story than you know.
No. I will help you as much as I can. I really do. And anything you need, he works with the managed assigned counsel, so they have resources. All you have to do is ask, and we can give you whatever we have. We're prepared to give to you. And like I said,
start with making sure that he has transportation to get to the GED program.
we can look into that, certainly. Yeah.
From my home, that would definitely benefit. He has a desire, he just needs the path, and he needs to mitigate the depression.
You have to want it as well, AJ. If you don't want it, you'll end up nowhere, man. Okay. So we'll just reset your case now. We'll set you out 40 days. We'll have him come back at the next setting. He's going to test. I hope he tests negative, and we'll go from there. Anything?
The judge brings AJ back one more time, and his opening is everything. Let me tell you something at the outset, Mr. Alexander. Everything that I want for you, I want the best for you. Okay. At times, the conditions that I place on you, you may not like it, and I'm okay with that. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do the best thing for you. This is the full picture of what justice should look like. Not punishment for punishment's sake, not judgment for judgment's sake. It's boundaries set with genuine care for the person's future. The judge explains the difference between wanting to help and enabling. What I think and I hope is the best thing to achieve our goal, which is to make you a person that's an upstanding young man that's headed toward greatness. Greatness. He's not saying stay out of jail. He's not saying don't be a criminal. He's saying, I believe you can be great, and I'm going to hold you accountable to that standard because I actually believe it's possible. The drug test came back positive for marijuana. 40 days until the next test. No THC in any form. Therapy is mandatory. School or work is mandatory. The ankle monitor stays on. The protective order stands. No weapons, ever. The judge reviews the conditions. He's checking in with AJ's mother about what else needs to happen. He's collaborative. He's not just dictating from on high. He's partnering with the people who actually care about AJ, and his final word is, take care, I'll catch you later. Not don't mess up, not I hope you make the right choice. It's take care. It's showing up as a human being who believes in second chances. The case resets for 40 days. At that point, they'll see if AJ followed through, if he tested negative for drugs, if he stayed in school or got a job, if he showed up, if he tried. The judge is giving him the structure and the belief. Everything else is on AJ.
In between, just let me know whatever you need. Mr. AJ, don't pick up any new cases and don't be talking to the 13-year-old. That's all I'm asking you to do. No contact. Okay? Good luck.
Thank you.
Take care.
What we just witnessed over 30 minutes wasn't just two different cases. It was two different approaches to the same fundamental question. How do you help people change? And the judge's answer was consistent but nuanced. With Miss Cappato, he was firm. She wasn't taking things seriously. She was making excuses. She was making destructive decisions. So he revoked her bond, not out of cruelty, but because enabling her behavior would be cruel. Sometimes the most compassionate thing a judge can do is say no. With AJ, he started the same way, reading disrespect, setting boundaries, making clear what the consequences were. But when his mother showed up and when the full context emerged, he adjusted. Not by lowering standards, but by actually helping, by offering resources, by showing belief in the possibility of change. The common thread, clear boundaries, no ambiguity, no excuses accepted, but also genuine care about outcomes. These judges don't want to sentence people to failure. They want to set conditions that make success possible. What strikes you most about these cases? Do you think the judge was too harsh on Miss Cappato? Should he have been harder on AJ? Should he have been softer on both? The criminal justice system works when judges like this actually engage with the people in front of them, instead of just processing them through the system. If this courtroom session made you think about justice, about consequences, about second chances, share your perspective in the comments. Subscribe for more courtroom analysis where we break down real cases and real decisions, and join the conversation, because justice isn't just about what happens in the courtroom. It's about understanding why judges make the decisions they do, and what we can learn from watching real accountability happen in real time.